So just diving into Chainlink now, guys, on the daily time frame here for Chainlink, just having a look. And sorry about I've not been doing Chainlink and 1-inch videos. I've been so busy trying to build the channel, but I will try and get back to Chainlink and 1-inch, obviously, because I'm really interested in the projects and I'm a long-term holder as well. So yeah, just going to bring you an update on Chainlink and 1-inch. At the moment, we look quite bearish, guys. Okay, we are breaking down, but what I want to show you is this pattern here, guys. Okay, so this pattern here, this actually played out, okay, on the daily time frame. This is a double top M pattern, and we are targeting this particular pattern in other cryptos now. Okay, so basically this is played off, guys. If you look at this pattern here, we got this M double top like this, so we got the there like that, and from that you can determine that when you break the neckline of the M, so that this middle that touched there, and that's your middle, and then obviously we lost it there on a daily and corrected, and that shit went on the way up, you formed that part of the M there, guys. So basically the way you measure it, you go from the high to the neckline like that, okay, guys. And then what you do when you break down, you see the larger correction, and you can see once we lost the neckline of the M, we actually broke down. But what I want to tell you now, guys, is that is actually good for Chainlink, because it means that it's gone through its correction. It has hit a level of consolidation there. Okay, it's breaking down again. Okay, but it is good that it's had that level there, that it's had that correction, it's come down and it's completed this correction, and it's now moving up. Okay, so what we do need to look now is Chainlink and where the support targets are. We've effectively fell out of the EMAs here, okay, on the daily time frame, which is actually quite bearish. It's going to be a bit of a struggle to get back up. You can see it's curling now. We are looking like we are going to potentially have a daily EMA retest here, where coming together of the EMA, the 20 EMA there, and the 55, and hopefully, you know, we get that retest, that repel that we talk about so much in the channel, okay, and get some of these levels reset as well. We've got the RSI, which is reset. They've got the MACD, which is curling under, which is good. So if we're on the daily time frame, if we can come down under the MACD and form that bullish cross, that would be a really good signal to enter Chainlink if you're not already involved, guys. So definitely keep an eye on Chainlink on the daily time frame. You know, we did find this pump here, that was great, the grayscale pump, but obviously since that then we have corrected on a larger scale, and we have come down and we have lost EMAs, which isn't very good, guys, and it's always difficult to get back above them EMAs. And you can see this is a relatively large correction for Chainlink getting under these EMAs, because you can see the last time we got under the EMAs was way down here, guys. Okay, way down here in December when we had that large correction down there. I think we wicked down to $8 for Chainlink on the daily time frame there, but we did push back up. Okay, but we unfortunately did get that bearish cross on the daily. We don't need to see that. Okay, we do get, if we get that bullish cross on the daily time frame, you may see Chainlink come down to previous levels of support. I will show you those levels of support in a moment, guys, but what you do need to see now is that bounce there for Chainlink, and it is hitting a level of support right there, and I will show you that in a moment. But you do need to see Chainlink march on now. Okay, get back above these EMAs on the daily time frame, back test them, and then march on, and you know, back test that 55 and just see a repel, basically like we have here. When we formed this bullish cross here in October of last year, we got that bullish cross, went back through, okay, and then you got that repel there where they're coming together with the EMAs, okay, and you got that repel. We look bearish, we look like we're going to form that bearish cross there, okay, but we didn't. We got that repel of the EMAs, and we pushed on and marched through, and we started pushing up, and you can see we're just making, you know, a recovery for Chainlink there, marching on since its larger correction last year. So basically what we're looking at here for Chainlink on the daily, keep an eye on, guys, is this EMA coming together. So you're potentially looking at more downturn, but we will look at that in a second. You know, this coming together, the EMAs, that repel there, because that will drag, it will pull the price up like a magnet. It will pull the price action and the candles up like a magnet, and you will see as propel up like a slingshot, taking us up to those new highs and taking out this previous high here, this level here for Chainlink on the daily time frame, guys. Again, you know, sometimes when there's a lot kicking off, zoom out on your charts, because you will get a broader view of sort of what's going on. You can see a bit of a better picture, guys, okay, and especially for Chainlink, because you know it's been a bit doggy lately. It sort of went up and you know, it's great, and then it's corrected and it's like, what's going on with it? It's going to zero. So just zoom out and you will see. Okay, so we have come across this before. We are forming a very similar pattern to what we have formed before for Chainlink, so I'm going to keep you updated. What we're doing now, you can see this level here, right, guys, right here, guys, where we closed, you can see it's a previous high. Okay, so when we come up, we hit that as resistance. Okay, come back down to the EMA and actually got through it. We had back to sit there, a bit of support for a bit, and got through. So at the moment, we are sitting on a previous high and the swing low of the all-time high. So that is confident, really. That is good that we are getting that level of support there. Just there, guys. See this? So we're getting that support from this zone there and that zone there. Now, if we start to lose this level of support, guys, the next level of support are the previous highs. So you may see Chainlink correct further, and these are your fallback targets, guys, because at the moment you're sitting on the swing low, the all-time high. Okay, so that you know you've got a rock solid base there, and you may see us just sort of go up here, hit our head on the 55 EMA and get rejected, and sort of come back down until you get this coming together of these EMAs. Okay, and that rejection of the bearish cross on the daily time frame, you get that repel and it pushes up and it will take the price with it. Okay, so you are probably potentially looking at a level of consolidation for Chainlink over the next few days until it sorts itself out. But if we was to get that larger correction, guys, which I don't necessarily, I'm not a scientist, I've not got a crystal ball, guys, but I do think we may have hit a bit of a base here, because this is the correction of the double top M pattern. Okay, you do see us correct down there, and we do find that level of support quite solid. Okay, but we will target more levels of support moving down. So you've got this high here. Okay, guys, so you've got that high there that's probably the next level of support, and that is sitting at 23.26 for Chainlink. So you may, if you was to see a further correction for Chainlink from this point, I would definitely be looking at that as a support level and a great zone to buy. But personally, what I'm looking at for Chainlink here is a bit of consolidation, you know, a bit of a coming together of these EMAs, okay, which is perfectly healthy, guys. Look at this, we're still in a bull market. Okay, we're still in a bull market. We've got that bullish cross down there, okay, on the daily time frame, and I've told you, when you get them, the power it gives you. But at the moment, you're just having that rollover. You've gone through this correction here, this M correction. Okay, that's played out to a T. We've got the back test of the 55. But what is quite bearish here is the unfortunate that we have fallen through the EMA there, the 55. Okay, because you do need to get back above that. So what you're potentially looking at here is, you know, if we can get that pump for Chainlink here, see that coming together with the EMAs, get that bounce there in the EMAs like that, you know, and then the price action goes up and goes with it. Okay, but failing that, look at these levels here, look at that previous high as support, and then obviously if you're to lose that, you'll be looking at that level there as support, guys, as well, because that's how it works. On the way up, resistance becomes support on the way down, and it is as simple as that, guys. And you can see you got the high there, the high there, the high there. So, you know, if Chainlink, and I'm not saying it will, but if it was to correct even more, you would see Chainlink fall pretty much quite quickly down to that $17.81 mark there, guys. But fundamentally, not fundamentally, but from a technical analysis point of view, I do feel that we may have bottomed out here for Chainlink. We are finding a level of support. You can see the previous level there. So we may be looking at that bounce now for Chainlink, and this coming together and pushes on. Okay, so if I look at the weekly time frame on Chainlink, guys, so you can see on the weekly time frame here that Link is basically just retesting the 20 EMA, which is perfectly healthy, guys. Okay, really healthy. If we begin to fall through, okay, and start testing this, the body of the candle, testing it on the weekly time frame, the 55, then we are bearish. Okay, and you can see we've never done that. You know, for USDT, we've hit the body there in the Corona correction last year, okay, but we got that bounce off it. I mean, what an entry that would have been for Chainlink, guys. You know, if any of you are involved in Chainlink, what an entry. That would have been a fantastic entry, because from then, Chainlink has never looked back, and it's been in a constant bull market. So yeah, we're having a rollover, we're testing these levels of support. The worst case scenario, guys, is if we do fall through and hit that 55, but I don't imagine that. I think at worst you may see the body come down and rest on the 20 there, which is roughly at $22 at the moment. So again, still bullish on Chainlink long term, guys. Okay, just to reassure you, it's a fantastic project. Do get involved if you're not, and you know, look at these dips as great entry opportunities, guys. So that's Chainlink. Sorry, it's a bit long. I'm going to jump into 1inch right now for you guys. So again, just diving into 1inch here, guys. Again, always zoom out. You know, when you have these corrections, these large corrections, okay, what you do, you don't zoom in, you zoom out, because you can see what's going on, and you can see, you know, just like if you zoomed in, you've got these targets, but when you zoomed out, you can see a broader view and get a better coverage of what's going on. But on this here, you can see that what 1inch has done now, it's found support on this support line here, which currently sits at roughly at the moment, that's currently $3.61 roughly, and you can see we've kind of wicked down there a few times. Okay, unfortunately we have fallen through the 55 EMA here on the daily time frame, and as you can see, because 1inch is a relatively new product, guys, a new project, it's only just started to form the 55 EMA. So at the moment that does actually look quite bearish. Okay, we are hitting our head on it. You do need to see us come back, so you may potentially see us trading on this bottom here, okay, between this bottom and this 55 EMA for a little bit before we can actually get that good bounce and push us back above the 55, taking us back in between the EMAs there on a daily time frame, and then marching on and pushing up to that 20 EMA, and then get through that back to sit support and march on. But at the moment, you know, 1inch does look relatively bearish given that structure at the moment, because what we've not got with 1inch is much price data to fall back on, guys. So what I would potentially see, especially on a daily time frame here, at the moment you can see we're hitting this level of support, okay, which is the swing low of the high. Okay, so that the high it made on the daily time frame, when it come to its low, it's found a very, very critical level of support here. Now if we was to lose that level of support, guys, if we was to fall any lower than $3.61, then you may potentially see 1inch cascade down to this previous high here, which is this level here, guys, okay, which is that level there. We'll mark that for you guys right now. So that's a $2.71 1inch token, because that's how it works, guys, on the way up. And I told you in the Chainlink video there that on the way up, resistance becomes support on the way down. Okay, so you can see on the way up here we had this little bit of resistance, so when we've come back down we've found support on that line now. Okay, so previous, you can see we're in a massive zone of support here, guys. But what's unfortunate, okay, and I've got to be frank with you, what is unfortunate is we've found ourselves under the 55 EMA on the daily time frame for 1inch here, and you know, we potentially are looking at hitting ahead on it for a little while, and until we can get back above it. When we do get back above it, look for that retest. Okay, so what you want to see is something like this, guys. Okay, so that's the 55 EMA, and then you're going to see the price action sort of get rejected there, come back off this support line, then go back up, and then hopefully test it as support there, guys, and move on, and then obviously get through this EMA there like that, guys. Okay, so you can take out that 20 EMA as well on a daily time frame, and yeah, just march on in this bull market. But we are looking at a bit of a correction here. Hopefully it cools down a bit and the correction's over. But your potential fallback target is this level here, guys, so 1inch on the daily time frame anyway. Okay, but it won't go there immediately, guys. You see sort of a level of a drop if it was to go that, and you know, from here, on the grand scheme of things, from there, you know, you're looking at a 28% correction for 1inch if it was to go there. But unfortunately, from the all-time high, that is quite a large correction. Okay, so the all-time high is up there and your potential target's down there, so you are looking at a 57% correction if that was to go ahead, guys. But it might not necessarily go ahead. Okay, it's just something that you have to keep an eye on. I do like to go through everything here in the channel. We are still relatively bullish at the moment, guys, okay, because we're getting this back test off this support level here, and we seem to be moving on. But again, just to stipulate, do keep an eye on that EMA there, because you do need to see us get through that, because what will happen there, you will see us caught in a downtrend, okay, on the daily time frame, and then, you know, it will push us down and potentially to that support level there, which is the previous high on the way up. So that's 1inch, guys. Unfortunately, you know, I can't really say much more than that. Than you do need to see us push through that 55 on the daily. Get through that and it's all good. Obviously look for the back test of support and then march onwards and upwards, and then you will be looking at, you know, 1inch getting higher and higher and higher. It's unfortunate, guys, because we look really good up here. Okay, we look like we're going up and making these new highs, and it looked really, really good. And then obviously, you know, no one can ever predict a larger correction on the grand scheme of things, and Bitcoin obviously has had that major correction there, and it's come down. But hopefully, you know, Bitcoin can sort of cool off a bit, and then alts just see this run that we're all anticipating in the channel here. So I hope you enjoyed that video. I did try to be a bit more detailed, because I've obviously not covered Chainlink and 1inch for a long time there, guys. I do hope you appreciate the videos, guys, and the technical analysis and that. I do get good feedback on it, and I really do appreciate all the really nice comments. And hopefully, you know, we see this bit of a V-shaped recovery now across the board for cryptos, and we march onwards and upwards. I'll catch you in another video soon, guys. Take care. Bye bye.